Hi, and welcome to Lippy Presents Ghost News Network. Today is our question of the week. Tom, you got our topic for us? What do you got?
So my question is, when we're going to investigate a location, would you rather know about the location beforehand, or do you prefer to go in cold?
Like, where we're going or information about it?
Information about it.
Get cold, I don't want to know anything.
I
I'd like to know where I'm driving now.
don't even care about that. I prefer nothing. Nothing at all. I don't even blindfold my ass and drag my ass there.
Yeah.
I want to know absolutely nothing. And that's all because of the Philippines moment.
Yeah.
The more you know, the more likely your mind can play tricks on you. The more the entire group knows, now you have a group effort. If you all believe in it, you're creating it. No, going completely blind. I don't want to know nothing.
I
Can
agree.
I tell you that?
And that's
When we have case requests, you don't even read the claims.
No.
I can care less what they are. That's it. I don't care. I'll find out when we get there. The homeowner tells me, hey, this door is opening. Okay, let's debunk it. That's it. I don't want to know. I don't care to know. Interesting.
Going in cold, it serves you better too. It leaves you more analytical. Doesn't give you time to think and mull over and set preconceived notions in your head and stuff like that. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, I agree.
Definitely going in cold. However, when you're investigating with one of our psychics and they start talking about like what they're feeling, what they're hearing, seeing, or experiencing, it's interesting. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing to know things like behind the scenes. If you know things and the psychic starts telling you things, it is interesting to say, oh, hey, that matches up potentially.
Yeah,
Or you don't want to run the risk, though, of, subconsciously alluding to things, or, you don't want to taint it that way.
I would let them do their thing.
Right.
And if you know, all right, cool. And then once the investigation's over, you can be like,
Yeah.
hey, you nailed it. You don't want to say it in the middle because
No.
then you fish.
Right.
And you can just relay right off of that. And then you can
Exactly.
put two and two together. And then, oh, this makes sense. And then that makes sense. And then all of a sudden, your scientific psychic becomes irrelevant.
Right.
Right.
I think you can do a little bit.
Right. So that's why, like, when Shannon comes up to me and says, hey, I feel something there. Okay. I might feel something there. I might know. And I say, okay. She thinks I'm blocking her out and just not paying attention. I don't want to be like,
Influence.
yup, you're right. Because
Right.
then it's, not that she would ever do that, but now that's out there. And
Right.
it gives you less credibility. And I just don't want to do that. So,
Right. And we always have the we always have the questionnaire to fall back on. So even if we know nothing and they pick it up
Exactly.
Yeah.
after the case, they can always ask to see it and look back and see if there were any matches,
Yeah.
which I would be fine with after the case, because by then they've already sat and spoken with the
Right.
client
Right.
and stuff like. Because I mean, I know Shannon, before she leaves the investigation, she'll go and do a rundown with them while we're packing up. Say, this is what I felt, this is what I experienced, and a lot of time the homeowner's like, yes, this, that, that. She gets that. I guess the word is validation at that moment.
Right.
So, and then afterwards we can kind of be like, yeah, that's awesome that you had that, but yeah.
Well, as a specialist in the psych department, I totally agree with going in cold.
Right.
Is the more you know, the less credible you become
Mm-hmm.
as in that particular field. So it's best to go in, cold and not have anybody talk to you about it at all.
See, my perspective's got to be a little bit different on this, just because,
Case
being
management.
in case management,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna know about a case before going.
Right.
But I think in my situation, I think it's beneficial for me to know, because not so much because stuff they tell me as far as paranormal, I try and block that out as best I can and not let that influence me. But the facts of the case, for me, if I know where stuff's occurring and what kind of things are occurring, I know for me personally kind of focus on that a little bit more, and see if I can either debunk it
Right.
Or-
Absolutely.
or find something there. So, and even when it comes to like knowing the history of a location, what's happened there in the past, not just paranormal, but again in real life, things like renovations, those are things that are good for me and ultimately for us to know when it comes to investigating. So, but with that being said, I think it's good for as few people to know as possible, and so because that's less likely it's gonna contaminate the investigation.
Right.
And I feel like there's not a right or wrong answer. You know, like and that's one thing that we train in here, that it's okay to go out and investigate and not get anything.
Right.
It's okay if we go out for the next 15 investigations and not capture anything. I went for an entire year of investigations, probably something like 40 something investigations. We did not capture an EVP clip, no hits on equipment, nothing on photography, nothing video. And is that a waste? Absolutely not. It's experience. You know, you're getting the experience of investigating. Whether something happens or not, it doesn't matter. You know, and that's what I feel like we put that out there for our team. Like, we don't have to capture something tonight. It doesn't matter. If we do, we do. Great. And if we don't, it's not a waste. You were trained on all different equipment. You got the experience in another location. You know, it doesn't mean that we can't go back there. We can go back there 100 more times. And we might not get anything 100 more times, but it's still not a waste. And that's what I think that a lot of teams out there need to put across their team. So it takes that, if you happen to have and know the claims, your mind's not going to be like, I gotta get something, I gotta capture something, we gotta do this, it's just going to be like, let's just go and investigate. And if we get something, cool. And if we don't, fuck it. No big deal. It's not a waste. You know, like how many times we go on a house investigation, we capture nothing at all. And we tell the client, not a big deal. Not that I don't believe you, but it happens. You're not going to get something every single time. And that's the biggest thing. So I feel like, you know, and what you're saying with knowing the claims, in a way you do need to know. How else do you help the client in that aspect, and how are you able to debunk it? And then on the other end, on what we're all saying is going blind, because if you do capture something, it's 100% accurate, you know. So, you know, not a right or wrong answer. I just think that, you know, the team itself needs to know that it is okay. You don't need to get something every night. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, like we've hit cold nights before.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
I've had plenty of cold spells when it comes to catching paranormal activity. I'm very critical of my stuff too. I mean, as we all are, but
100%.
you know.
And it's, you know, that's it.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Plus, the other thing is from a safety standpoint too. I mean, obviously, if I get a case request and it sounds like it's something potentially demonic, I'm going to tell you guys. I'm not going to.
Well, yeah, obviously,
yeah,
that's something
absolutely.
you would never send anyone in
You know,
blind.
I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. I'm going to go in there in the back of my head saying, all right, it could be, but 99.9%, it's not. Where we'll debunk it, you know, but there is that small percentage that, yes, it could be, and if we go in there and it happens to be, we know how to handle it.
And in cases like
We're
that,
already,
in cases
you know,
like
ready to go.
that, the crew doesn't know. Mike and I would
Right,
know,
right.
and we would pick the crew out
Pick the
that we think would be appropriate for that type of case.
Right.
So we're not gonna put, you know, somebody who's brand new on the team in a house that's potentially demonic. It's not gonna fucking happen.
Right.
It's just throw them in, close the
If
door
we go
behind
there and it happens to be, we're on anyway. We're wrapping up
Yeah.
and saying, hey,
you.
we got to get you.
The clergy
You don't need
or
a
you
paranormal.
need to get
You
somebody
need something
or,
a lot
yeah.
higher than us, and then we work it out.
Yep.
You know? But
Yeah, and we guide them through that whole process as well.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so what do you guys think of this question? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you haven't yet, you can give us a like, share, and subscribe. And you can also click the little notification bell to know when all of our content is being uploaded to YouTube. So thank you guys very much for joining us on this latest edition of Ghost News Network. And until next time, take care, guys.